you have is to enter data from the visit page. So let's do that two different ways. First, we'll enter a new record for Bertha. So we have her client ID. We can hit new visit and we can search for an existing client ID number. So we enter it right here. And then as soon as we click away or hit tab, it'll pull up her information. From here, we can select the visit date. So far, Bertha's visits have been in the past. So let's go ahead and say that this one was in April. So it's going to calculate her age as we enter the date. We enter information about whether she was pregnant at every visit for female patients. We're going to enter information about her substance use disorder diagnosis. And let's say that she has the same as before. And let's say we know that she initiated treatment through or continued MOUD through a core funded program. But if we forgot to fill in a field or if we didn't have the information noted down anywhere, you can always leave this either unselect one or explicitly select missing data. You'll see that the field changes color to indicate that there's missing data. And you can always go back and finish that later if something has gone wrong with your note taking. We'll enter some more information about what services she received. Let's say here she received some referrals and some direct services. And we can just make any notes we want. So now Bertha has 4 records. She has her history of notes. She has this record with missing data. We can fix that if we go back and say, let me just double check the system. Oh, it was methadone. And then you can hit submit. You see that it updates. We keep a record of any changes to the data. So the only field that changed was that MOUD switched from missing to methadone, and that edit was made by me on the 30th. So this is a nice way to keep track of any changes that are made in your data. You can also make changes to the client information. So I had made a change to this patient once before, so bear with me, but you can change like the county that they belong to, for example. And you'll see the prior edit that I made and then the one that I just made on camera here. A whole history of edits for the client. The other way to enter a new visit, it doesn't have to be a client that's already been seen. Maybe you have someone new coming in. So you'll select your agency and then you'll hit the new client button instead of searching for an existing client's ID number. You have 2 options. You can either enter an ID that's specific to your agency, like a series of letters and numbers, or you can click the random ID button. When you click the random ID button, your ID number will be generated as soon as you hit this green button at the bottom to add the client information. And let's say this person's name was Samuel Smith, and he was born on say this is an older gentleman. Just select something. And just select something. So as soon as we hit this add new client information, you'll see the client ID appear here. So here I'm going to click. And there we see the client ID. So you can keep note of that. You'll also get their record in the system, so you can review it there as well. And let's say Samuel Smith came in today. And we do a little bit of validation as you enter records. So if you enter information that doesn't make sense, like we say that a male person is pregnant, it'll throw an error for that. We do have handling, so it's okay if the person's gender is female to male, trans, it'll also allow pregnancy, but it kicks it back for male and male to female trans. You can also then do our substance use disorder, and let's just test out the error handling a little bit more. So let's say that this person has stimulant use disorder. And we say, okay, we diagnosed them with stimulant use disorder. And then we said that they initiated treatment through the core funded program. Well, that treatment is for opioid use disorder, and we've said that this person only has stimulant use disorder, so that actually doesn't make sense, and we're prompted to recheck our entries. If we try to just go ahead and push that file through, we'll get a warning that we need to fix our errors. So let's go ahead and fix our errors. We're going to change this to opioid use disorder. We'll leave this as yes, and then we'll say that this is methadone. And then we can fill in other information here. And now we see we have the new record for Samuel Smith. If we remove our filter, if you ever leave a filter on, just remember to hit clear to get rid of it. We can see that Samuel Smith has been added to our client list. And we can filter to Samuel Smith if we wanted to. We don't have to type the whole word. We could just type SMI if we wanted to. Anything that is helpful for you to use in the filter, you can do. And then just release your filter when you're done. But that is an example of how we add new clients through the visit page, or we add visits through the visit page for new or existing clients. We can also use the client page with the add visit button.